I say, yo, what up, God? It's your boy T Duck. What's blazing the sports, guys? Let's get it, man. Found a few minutes from work, step away, enjoying this beautiful day, guys. I'm in the office this week. Well, like, you know what? Let me get some boxing in. I definitely wish I could have gave you guys a little bit of heads up, but listen, we got to talk about it, man. I dropped a couple of videos. Um, one about Demetrius Andrade at the post-fight press conference. The other one as Demetrius Andrade again, live going back and forth with somebody talking about fighting Canelo. And then I took my video and I posted it on a couple Facebook pages and created a little bit of stir between people believing Andre hasn't done nothing to get the fight. Some believe he has, while most believing that Demetrius Andrade hasn't done anything to get a fight at Canelo. Basically, he should go out and build a name first, fight and knock down some pins before stepping up to fight Canelo. And then another part of the video, we have Tyson Fury. Um, he's taking a lot of heat right now because he watched Billy Joe Saunders jump over a um, a guardrail to keep the audience behind it. He jumps over the guardrail, tries to get to the ring, tries to get past security, and security gave him like that super shove. That's not even a push, that's a shove. Breeden Smith said if he got in there, he could have got in trouble or hurt someone. You know what? Listen, that's what we're gonna do. Breeden, shout out to my boy Breeden Smith. We're gonna talk about this boxing, man. Uh, Wish I could have gave you guys a little bit heads up. But listen, man, I was about 5 minutes late behind the time I wanted to go live. So I had to help out this guy at my company. Couldn't find a certain person. But before that, right? So I get up from my desk. As soon as I make this, right? I get up from my desk and I go use the bathroom, right? We have to wear masks in our building. So while I'm using the bathroom, I listen to guys. Listen, I gotta be comfortable. I gotta be comfortable, right? I'm not talking about at home comfortable, where you get get butt naked. But I had to be comfortable, and I took the mask off. Right, you know how it is. Like when it's really good, you get to rub on your forehead and like, woo, right? Rubbing your eyes. You know, things are doing what they gotta do. You know, um, and when I got done, right, I went to go wash my hands and I took my mask out of my pocket and I was gonna put it back on my face. And one of the ear things broke. And when it broke, the mask fell and hit the bathroom floor. Now I know at home, some people have a 5 second rule, like even with food, it hits the floor less than 5 seconds. Well, I guess when you're a kid, right? And you really want to eat what you drop, you got a 5 second rule. If it hits the floor, you pick it up 5 seconds. Crazy as it sounds, people say it's still good, right? 5 second rule. But what if it drops in some dog hair, human hair, anything? Um, so my mask drops on the bathroom floor. I'm telling you right now, I don't care about no 5 second rules. Once it hits the bathroom floor, I ain't wearing it again. I'm not wearing it again in life. It already had one side snapped, and I wasn't gonna wear it in life. So at that point, I'm stuck with what I'm gonna do. I'm in the bathroom. My company has a policy. You have to wear a mask. My mask has hit the bathroom floor. I'm not putting that on. I left it. I didn't pick it up. I left it there. But now I walk at the bathroom, trying to move to my desk. I'm trying to move quick, right? And all I get is these looks. Look at him. And I work for a company where, there's maybe about, I don't know, 270, 280 people. Um, there's about 4 to 5 black people total. Um, maybe less than that now. Maybe less. I think it may be two now. I don't know. And everybody looking at me, right, like, oh, no mask, And before I got to my desk was probably from the bathroom maybe a 15 to 20-second walk. I get to my desk, open up my email. They had already complained to my boss. He doesn't have no mask on. He doesn't have a mask on. I'm like, God damn, shit. And I explained to her, my boss, and she was cool. Like, yeah, I don't see why they going out of proportion. But I had a secondary mask at the desk, put that on, then I had to help a guy. But listen, man, I'm back out. I'm live. Let's talk about this boxing. Would imagine, man, the building says T Dub, 5 second rule. Yeah, man. Um, when I was a kid, they used to talk about the 5 second rule. More kids. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I hear adults really use it as much. You know, I guess adults like. I guess it depends on what you drop. But when a kid, like you get a piece of candy and it hits the floor, you're trying to hurry and pick it up. You justify still eating it by saying the 5 second rules. Or if you're a smart kid that want to go by doing that, you at least wash it off, right? You go, I can wash it off, and you'll wash it off. But I'm telling you right now, man, when the mask hit a men's bathroom floor, and you look down that floor, you know what's on it. Listen, you know what's on that floor. Only God knows what's truly on that floor. So, and I don't know if he wants to talk about what's on that floor. Even God can be like, listen, I'm the one invented the 5 second rule and put that in somebody's head from them to even come up with it. And I won't even eat nothing off a bathroom floor, 5 second rule or not. But all right, guys, let's talk about it. Right? What do you guys want to start out? You guys want to start out as talking about Tyson Fury? Or do you want to talk about Demetrius Andrade? Does he deserve a shot with Canelo or not? Should he go out there and fight more people, build his resume in order to get a shot with Canelo or not? What are your thoughts on that, man? What are your thoughts on that? As I am walking, I feel so good, man. I have not had no break from work. I am walking out. It is such a beautiful day, but I'm in the office today, and it's cool. It's cool. I should be home next week. Starting Monday, I should be home for that week. That's cool. Um, but listen, man, we got so much going on. We got Tyson Fury, who was spotted. No. Matter of fact, let's talk about that. Let's talk about Tyson Fury, right? We'll do both of them. I'm gonna try to bounce back between the two. And if the wind get too heavy, which it doesn't feel like it, but you know how it is on microphones. I'm using my telephone. Things can happen. So let's get to it. Uh, the video was leaked, and I want to get your thoughts on that. And I'm gonna give you my thoughts. There's somebody holding looks like a cell phone. It is shortly after Billy Joe Saunders could not answer the bell. You see Billy Joe Saunders' father look left, look right, didn't say hell with it, jumped over the rail, tried to get to the ring, and he got shoved to the ground. Now, the criticism that Tyson Fury is getting is why did this 6'9" guy didn't help? Because when I first watched it, it did look bad, because I didn't know who was with who. I see his father jumped over the rail, and then the security gave him and I think it's like that upper push too, like the above the chest and shoulder that is going to clearly knock you off your feet. And it looked like a lot more security guards came over there and went Rick James on that boy, like F yo couch ninjas, F yo couch, right? Darkness is, and it looked like they was giving him the business. And next, he was back on his feet. So nothing too much happened. Looks like some people from Billy Joe Saunders camp actually did try to intervene and help as well. But the big story is that Tyson Fury did not. Oh, okay. Where the Magic Man said Demetrius Andrade first. See, man, I don't know how Wayne's picking up now. I don't know how the latest app is. But let me go and keep cooking on this. And I'll jump back to Demetrius Andrade as well. So Tyson Fury's getting ridiculed. Dylan Weiss tearing him a new one. USA tearing him a new one. He didn't jump over it. So now let's talk about what really happened and give you my thoughts on it. Billy Joe Saunders' father was in the wrong, no matter how you look at it. I don't care if he said he got concerned for his son. That's his son. He's worried. They don't make no goddamn excuses to break the damn rules. That ain't no excuse. That ain't no excuse. Listen, I mean, we seen things happen in the past. We seen a boxer get beat up, and his mother would jump in the ring, hit somebody with a heel. So we don't know what's going to happen, right? Now, people say that the security guard should not have shoved him like that. But let me ask you a question: when a um, audience member or somebody in the stands jump down to a football um, arena where they're playing on the football field, jumps on the football field and start running around. Question: what does security do to that guy? Typically, they will spear him. He will get slammed, tackled. Something will happen to where he's in the ground, he's hitting it hard, and he's standing there until they can take him away. That's what it is. So then, why are we expecting something different when this fight is actually taking place where they actually play football? You have a person, instead of jumping out the stands into a football field, he jumping over a rail trying to get to the boxing ring. He is in an area that he is not authorized to be in, and he started to try to listen. And the security guard don't gotta know who he is off top. You don't have to look at him and know. It's loud in that arena. It doesn't even matter if Billy Joe Saunders' father was talking or not. The security guard probably wouldn't have heard him. A matter of fact, Billy Joe Saunders' father wasn't even trying to walk like he's slow. He tried to do a swim technique like he's a defensive end trying to get around a tight end or a tackle. He tried to swim past the security guard, and the security guard shoved his ass to the ground. And I got to be honest, that's what he gets. What the hell do you expect? What do you expect? Fury looks mad at Billy Joe Saunders. Maybe Billy Joe did not follow the game plan. I didn't see what he said about that. Somebody gotta give me an article or point me to a direction to find it. But the thing is, what do you expect? He tried to physically do a swim technique to the right of the security guard, and the security guard blocked it and shoved his ass to the effing ground. He got what he asked for. If he would have got past that security guard and made his way to that ring, that security guard guy would have got fired. Because you want to know why? He didn't do his job. And that's facts. Now let's talk about Tyson Fury. This it is a tough one. Um realistically, realistically, hate me or not, what Tyson Fury did was probably what he should have done. I'm gonna repeat. What Tyson Fury did was probably what he should have done. Tyson Fury is looking to either fight Anthony Joshua or Deontay Wilder next. He is not from this country. He might not be familiar with these laws completely with this country. He probably was advised to stay out of trouble. We definitely know he's been advised not to say certain things, as he has said in interviews. He realized what he can say in an interview can be used against him. So, should Tyson Fury, after watching Billy Joe Saunders' father do what he did, jump over the guardrail, try to get past security, should Tyson Fury at that point be in violation himself by stepping over the guardrail, which would make any security think, now we are dealing with him. We don't know if he's going to talk. We don't know if he's going to shove. We don't know if he's going to try to help the guy that just got shoved down. And it's going to take a lot of us to get this big guy down. Now, Tyson Fury is in an altercation. If he's defending himself after being attacked by the security, he's throwing punches back. He's locked up. He's going to listen. It doesn't end well for Tyson Fury. And even though I want Deontay Wilder to fight Fury and I want him to beat Fury, if Fury would have done anything outside of what he done, anything, he would have been in the wrong. He would have been in the wrong. This guy is fighting a court battle with Wilder. Might be in negotiation with Wilder. Might still in negotiation with Joshua. He is looking at $1 million paydays or $1 million paydays, no matter which way he go. Do you jeopardize it for a high head? So you know what? Let me ask you guys this, right? Let's say all you guys got warrants. You got warrants, and you know if you do something, you're going to be in a lot of trouble because you got a warrant. But you got a hot-head friend who get emotional and like, F it, I'm going to do this, and this person charges at armed security who is there in case you charging at them, and he charges directly at them trying to fight past armed security when he's not in the right. Are you going to get out the car and chase behind him and put yourself in the same position, not knowing the outcome, knowing you got a lot to lose, knowing if you get caught, you're going to jail, everything you work for is going to be taken away from you? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think Tyson Fury is going to get made fun of. They're going to call him PUSSY. They're going to call him a coward. And even if he did a coward thing, and let's say he was not thinking if I do this, I can lose everything. And he just done it because like, oh man, what's going on? I don't know. I'm scared. I'm thinking. I don't know what to do. Even if he thought like that, his actual action was the best results. All right, because if he would have jumped that gate and started a fist fighting with security, and they would have held him for using lethal weapons or because he's a boxer, so his hands got to be registered. You could have really did something. Even if he get his butt whooped, he can get charged. Listen, guys, I'm just saying, man, I'm fair. All right, so let's do this. Let's talk about Demetrius Andrade. This is one that a lot of people I see disagree. A lot of people disagree with me. Some of them are subscribers, some of them are not. But it does seem a mass majority of people, they comment either on my posts on social media or even on YouTube. They are in favor that Demetrius Andrade does not deserve a shot, should not get a shot until he beats several names and build up to a pay-per-view worthy event. Me, on the other hand, I disagree with that. Let me tell you why. If you are one of those people that says, look at Demetrius Andrade resume, who has he fought? He hasn't fought nobody. He don't deserve a shot. If that is really true, that's really true, then where was all the energy for Rocky Fielding? When Canelo fought Rocky Fielding, who some of you guys that are saying this, you don't even know who he is after he fought him. You still don't know who he fought. Who? Where was your energy about this? Oh, you didn't care about it? Oh, you're gonna lie and say you do you? Oh, I said something about that too. Oh, you did? Okay, show me the social media post that you commented and said something about it, like you're talking about Demetrius Andrade. He fought Rocky Fielding, who was in backup extra in the movie Field of Dreams. If you build it, Rocky Fielding will come. Then you talk about Yildirim. This guy, listen, you talk about what Demetrius Andrade haven't done, who he needs to do. Well, I got to ask you, what did Yildirim do to get the shot? Yildirim was coming off of a loss. How did he even become a mandatory? I never saw that happen before. Coincidentally, he becomes a mandatory and he's fighting Canelo for the title that David Benavidez lost on the scales, but while David Benavidez had the title, Canelo didn't want it. The moment David Benavidez don't have the title, now it's all he wants. Who did Yildirim beat? If Demetrius Andrade had to beat people to build up to a pay-per-view worthy opponent, fight, how come Yildirim didn't have to do it? How come Rocky Fielding didn't have to do it? How come Amir Khan, who is 2 weight classes below, everybody predicted that he was going to get his chin shattered, and it did. How come he didn't have to do it? How come Liam Smith didn't have to do it? How big was Caleb Smith before Canelo beat him? I'm just making common sense. I see. People. The reason some people like me, and some people don't like me, is because I do keep it 100. I keep it 100, fully blunted. How do you want it? I'll say a lot of things that might be in your favor. It's because that's what I believe. But then I say something else that might not be in your favor. Now I don't know what I'm talking about. Fair weather fans, I get it. You listen over here. You get to the good with the bad. Sometimes I'm gonna say something you like. Sometimes I won't. But I'm giving you that 100% medicine. It's just a matter of fact that you want to get healed or not. Now, this is why, in my opinion, Demetrius Andrade should have been had the shot with Canelo over any of them other names I named, even over fighting Sergey Kovalev, Yildirim, Liam, Amir Khan, Rocky Fielding, any of them guys, Alfonso, any of them guys, right? At 160, if you really think about it, Canelo could be 1 fight away from being unified champion in 2 divisions. Think about it. Oh, you didn't? Oh, you didn't think about it? Oh, you didn't put your thinking cap on? So, let me enlighten you. Canelo Alvarez at 160 pounds, which was a deeper division than 168 with competition. Canelo had 3 of the 4 major belts at 160 at middleweight. 3 of the 4 major belts. He had them. He was 1 belt away from being undisputed. Just like right now, he is 1 belt away from being undisputed at 168. But in 168, he wants to fight Caleb Smith. Not Caleb Smith, but Caleb Plant. Many people say Caleb Plant still hasn't fought really good competition yet. Some people even say, who has Caleb Plant fought? Not too many people, because most people want to see Canelo fight him so he can beat him and get his belt. But when it comes to Demetrius Andrade, he gets a question on who has he fought. All Canelo had to do at 160, when he had 3 of the 4 major titles, Demetrius Andrade had the 4th belt. Demetrius Andrade didn't have a fight. Canelo didn't have a fight. He could have been undisputed at middleweight. At middleweight. Did he decide to fight Demetrius Andrade? Nope. He started letting belts go. He started, just man. Then he became when Canelo was ordered to fight Jamal Charlo, he said, nope, I'm not doing it. He was 1 belt away from fighting Demetrius Andrade. He said, nope, I'm not doing it. So he moves up and to a division to where the competition is not as steep, to where it is more favorable that you can get all 4 titles, just if you don't have to fight David Benavidez. It should be a little more favorable to get a clean sweep. Demetrius Andrade should have been had that fight. He probably should have got it at 154. He damn sure should have got it at 160. Now at 168, should Demetrius Andrade get a fight at 168 with Canelo? Next, should it be next? No, it shouldn't be next because Caleb Plant, since he is already lined up to have the undisputed. That's why I said that when Demetrius Andrade called out Canelo at his post-fight press conference, I said it was bad timing because we all know that he's not there. It's just not a wise decision to even be talking about fight Demetrius Andrade next, or even talking about when you're going to fight him when you have to fight Caleb Plant next. Unless the Caleb Plant fight doesn't work out, here's my thing: if the Caleb Plant fight does not work out at all, then Andrade is back up there, Triple G3 is back up there, Charlo is back up there. That's when those fighters back on the boards. But right now, the only fight for Canelo that makes logical sense next is Caleb Plant. But has Demetrius Andrade done enough to get a shot? Absolutely. He should have been had a shot. And if you could justify all the weak links that Canelo gave shots to, and I'm gonna say this before I'm gonna go to the chat, but I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. You want to know how somebody is good? You want to know how somebody is dangerous? When people question their resume. When people question their resume, and that is a reason to not fight them, that's how you know they're dangerous. That's how you know they are, I don't want to say scared, but they know the fight would be a lot tougher than they think. Now let's think about it. Who are some guys that anytime people talk about why don't you fight this guy, they always said something about their record, who if they beat, they ain't beat nobody, even if they was a champion or not. Even if they was a champion, which is a reason alone to fight somebody because they got a belt, or they are a high profile fighter that most people acknowledge he is one of the most dangerous fighters in the division. But you don't fight him. Let's go with it. Okay. So we already talked about Demetrius Andrade, so you feel where I'm coming from on there. Another guy is Gary Russell. Gary Russell has had trouble getting fights. Um, uh, Luis Ortiz. Luis Ortiz is a guy that they they say that who has he fought? They say that he's old and he can't speak English. I heard a lot of he's old and he can't speak English, which is why they won't fight Luis Ortiz. But yet they'll fight a 40-year-old Povetkin and these other guys. These guys should get the fight. They should get it. Or you fighting Brown and all these just Oscar Reeves, just fighting whoever else. Everybody else is okay. Everybody else is boosted up to be a big fight when you make the fight, but you won't fight Ortiz. So we got Regendow. Regendow. What about Regendow? He had to move up to division to fight Lomachenko. But yet, when Triple G fight people like Steve Rose or whoever the hell Triple G is going to fight next, they can justify that. They justify Canelo fighting Yildirim, Rocky Fielding. People should have a field day with that. They justify that. They justify Dylan White fighting all these Browns and Povetkin, and they're 40, 41 years old, but you won't fight Ortiz. Regendow, Jerry Russell. But you're justified Triple G fighting Steve Rose. Okay, let's get it. I doubt that Fury gives a what anyone thinks. Charlo and Triple G did not want to fight him. What can he do? Right. So here's my thing, right? Demetrius Andrade, they keep telling him that he needs to fight somebody. Well, what can he do? I don't know. Maybe he made some mistakes in the past and made some bad decisions in the past, but now it's like he's going to get punished for life for it. right? So, um, according to Demetrius Andrade and some sources, they offered Jamal Charlo $7 million to unify. Now, I don't know if Jamal Charlo came with a counter offer. I don't know anything about that, but it looks like Demetrius Andrade tried to fight Jamal Charlo. Some reason it's not going to happen. It looks like he definitely, I know he tried to fight Triple G. And this is what I was talking to a guy on Facebook. Um, he was talking about one of my posts and talking about Demetrius Andrade, right? And that uh, he hasn't done enough to fight Triple G and Canelo. I'm like, wait a minute. When Triple G did not have no belts, none, because Canelo took his belts, and he's out there fighting Steve Rose and Dervinchenko and whoever else he's fighting. Demetrius Andrade had a belt when he did not have a belt. Demetrius Andrade said, listen, you're not a mandatory. You just lost all your belts. I will give you a shot at my belt. Because if you really think about this, if Triple G would have fought Demetrius Andrade, and if he'd have beat Demetrius Andrade and took that 160-pound belt, because remember, Triple G wants a shot with Canelo again. That means he would have at one point held the other belt in the middleweight division that Canelo would have needed to become undisputed. But he didn't want to do it. He didn't want. God, listen. I'm starting to think. I'm starting to think that people only justify certain people, certain kinds of people, uh, to get pushed over and looked over and haven't done enough, while you justify others. I'm just saying, man. Let's see. Canelo light heavy. Could he move up there? He already did it. He beat Kovalev. Canelo versus Bevo. Bevo will beat him unless they drag Bevo down to a weight where Canelo's comfortable, and then they probably slap a rehydration clause on him. Canelo might have a catch weight fight with someone like Bevo. Yep, that's what I just said. Yeah, it'd be something like that. But yeah, man, I just want to touch on those two topics real quick, man. I definitely believe Demetrius Andrade had done enough to get a Canelo shot. Definitely a lot more than some opponents that Canelo already gave a shot to. Because my thing is, if you're going to shit on Demetrius Andrade and talk about him um, dirty, then why? What was that same energy for the other people Canelo fought with a lesser resume and offer less to eat, a less of an opportunity for Canelo when he fought him. Uh, then you talking about Tyson Fury. Let's get back there before we finish. Uh, Tyson Fury knows that even if you thought he done by doing nothing, he was being a coward, or he was being smart by doing nothing. To be honest, it was the best decision. You're in the UK, where you're from the UK. You're in the USA, and you mean to tell me that you know for a fact? See, we know Tyson Fury knew for a fact, and we probably know that anybody that had a seat or a stand that is near the guardrail have been told, do not cross the guardrail. The guardrail is put up there to prevent people from the audience to get to the ring, no matter who you are. And it's not like Billy Joe Saunders was dying in the ring. The only thing Billy Joe Saunders' father did was make two Saunders take a loss that day. And it's crazy. Billy Joe Saunders just took a loss, and then shortly after that, his dad took a loss. They both are healing from their injuries. But guys, that's all I gotta say. Remember to, if you disagree, comment below, live or post production of this video. Let me know what you think about it. If you agree, do so as well. It's your boy Tito's Blazing Sports. Hope you guys enjoy this fire. I'm gonna keep bringing it. I'm back at it like a crack at it, giving you boxing geekers this work. Till next time, here is what's Blazing the Sports.